Good morning from Kennedy Park. Mitchell here, Charles, Rob. What you're about to see is a pretty informational episode. We're sitting down with some new friends at Kennedy Park, Anthony, Santi, Zeke, and Ian, to learn a little bit more about the futsal culture here in Portland, as well as their expectations for the Heart season ahead, what they're looking forward to having a professional club here come to Portland, and talk about what's going to happen on November 30th. Got a big tournament down here that we're co-hosting with KPPS, so really looking forward to it. Hope you enjoy the episode.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today at Kennedy Park. We're super excited to be here, so thank you for having us. So I've got Anthony and Ian and Zeke, right? Yep. And I was thinking we could jump right into things, talk a little bit about Kennedy Park. So Anthony, if you wouldn't mind, maybe give us a little bit of a background, not a ton right now, but what Kennedy Park's about, and then a little bit of your background, and then we'll let Ian and Zeke also introduce themselves too.
Yeah, sweet. So I'm Anthony Fiore. Kennedy Park Pickup Soccer. We have an Instagram page called Kennedy Park Pickup Soccer where we post announcements for games, and then people see the announcement on our Instagram story and they come on down, and we get pretty regularly scheduled pickup games about 4 times a week. We try to have that at least that often for several hours in the evening. And it's all about just meeting new people, making new friends over the beautiful game.
Perfect. And a little bit about yourself, too.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm a math major at USM.
Nice.
It's the main thing. I'm from Farmington, Maine. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So, Ian, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Ian. I moved here in the US 4 years ago, and I've been playing at Kennedy Park since it was built, the first year was built. And I go to USM. I'm a computer science major, and that's basically it.
Nice to meet you, Ian.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zeke. I also moved to the U.S. about 5 years ago. I've been playing at Kennedy Park since 2021. I'm a college student at SMCC. I'm a nutrition major. And it's fun to be here, guys.
Thanks for coming. We're happy to have you. Rob, you don't play at Kennedy Park.
I do not know. That's a fun fact right there about me.
It's not true. But while we were waiting on these guys, you were ripping it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You're very kind. Thank you.
So, Anthony, tell us a little bit about how Kennedy Park got its start. What was it like before it got built even? And what was the process to get it built? And then what happened after it was built, how it got its start, basically?
Yeah, so the futsal court here was built in the early summer of 2021. Before that, there was some people playing on the field over there and even sometimes on the basketball courts. I think the first proposal to the city about building a futsal court, something like 2018. And then I remember in 2021, while it was being built, I just seen construction here all the time, and I had no idea what was being built. And then all of a sudden, I'm seeing nets. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a futsal court. And people just started playing, immediately, of course, in 2021. And games were very casual back then. There was no kind of organization to it. It was just you would show up at 5 p.m. and just hope other people were there. And there often was. And it was just a great, grassroots, just pick up soccer, just a great way to meet new people. And Ian can tell you a bit about the organization of it in the early days, I guess.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds great.
Well, when the court was built, I knew Anthony before he was, so he's the one who brought me here. And he was there's a new court being built, and we should start pick up soccer, come and play with us, and that's how we normally started. And then me and Anthony started organizing games, and then more people joined. Zeke right here joined, and then we started building more and more and more every day. One thing I remember about it is we had not Instagram page or any social media about it, posting games. So we used to call our friends up. I used to go to school, and my friends would be is there a pickup game? And I was yeah, you guys come play with us after school or something. And then that's how we started organizing games, small little by little, and then it grew up. It became a big thing until we created an Instagram page where all people from everywhere can join us. See the content, what we create at the court, what we provide, and it's free for anyone to join, regardless of what age or how good you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
So at this point, for some people that might not be familiar, I've driven by and I've seen the crowds you guys get, but how many people actually show up now for these pickup matches that you guys organize? Like, what's the biggest you've seen?
Oh, the biggest we've seen, well, in terms of like just this month alone, we've had a couple of games that have hit 40 people in November, which is I think pretty crazy because it's like pretty cold, obviously here in Maine in November.
Beautiful today, though.
Yes, very nice today. Actually, yeah, I was very lucky how warm it is today. But yeah, I mean, we've had just huge games where we've had to split into 6 teams and had 6 teams rotating with like 6-minute games, winner stays on, that kind of thing. We almost always get at least 3 teams. And now that like in the early days when we didn't have like much of a following, when we first created the Instagram page and before that, like it was pretty like hit or miss whether or not we would get enough for a game. And if we did, it was like very small, just 2 teams. And now like if we post an announcement, like last night, for example, we posted an announcement with just 2 hours of notice and it was like 40 degrees out and we had enough for 3 teams easily. Like we'll always have enough people out here, which is awesome to see. Yeah.
So social media is the primary way to, like, if you want to see what's going on and as far as announcements and when people are playing.
Yeah, if you want to, find out when to join us, go find our Instagram page, Kennedy Park Pickup Soccer, and we'll post to our Instagram story announcements. And then we also post a lot of highlights of gameplay here, sometimes interviews with players, because it's just, you get people from all over the world and all sorts of different backgrounds. It's fun to just hear a little bit about them. So sometimes we post little interviews about, with people. So yeah.
Yeah, I've watched some of the videos.
Yeah,
I think your language is extremely colorful. I appreciate that, especially when somebody rips it. I think Anthony, so it's not for the faint of heart,
Yeah, it's you got to be willing to.
Holy
Yeah.
That's the best goal I've ever seen. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, thank you. I get a little, we get excited here, it's high energy.
That's the way it should be.
The thing I love is that it just seems that these posts are always done at like 2, 3 in the morning.
I know you guys are here at the coldest part of the 24-hour cycle.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, how do you guys deal with the cold, actually? Because people seem to show up in T-shirts and like it's no big deal to anybody. You just
you guys want
staying warm on hype.
Yeah, I would always recommend wearing as many layers as you can. For like everybody has different bodies. Some people can play with just t-shirts. Some people have to wear like sweats or sweaters or anything. Just play what you're comfortable at. But I will say over time when you keep playing, you will just get used to it. And just like there are times where I don't even need a hoodie when I'm playing anymore. That's how.
And you guys play in the snow.
Yeah, we did.
Oh well, you guys want to talk about the January game where we?
That was I was very impressed about our community, how we came together and did that. We had a lot of help from Gabe. He's the founder of Hearts, and it was really nice to see like a lot of people putting faith in Kennedy Park and trying to help us play more soccer throughout the winter, because that was the first time we ever did anything like that. And we posted it on the store, and we had a lot of people who do play regularly come and help us, shovel off snow. And it was a really fun day. And after we were done shoveling, we played some soccer, and it was great.
Yeah, like the court was covered in snow, and we posted some announcement like the game's going to be like 2 or something, 2:30 or whatever, but come like an hour and a half, 2 hours earlier, and we're going to just shovel the snow off the court. And we had a ton of people that came out, like just players from the community. Gabe came out. We got a ton of shovels, and everybody was shoveling it off. There's a little reel that the Hearts made actually of us doing that. Zeke and Ian, I think, are both in it. But yeah, it was a really fun day just to see the community come together to help start a game in January.
What a great advertisement for LL Bean.
Yes.
Like they should have a team with everybody in bean boots.
And
Missed opportunity.
And Waldo shovels there.
Perfect.
You gotta get all the community partners involved.
I love talking about moments. Are there any moments specifically? Oh, that car sounded terrible. Any moments specifically that come to mind? Top moments down here at Kennedy Park, even dating back to 2021?
You should tell the pizza story.
Oh, the pizza story? Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, one of the moments I could remember is like we were having like a pickup game here at KP. It was like 2 teams back and forth. It was like 10v10, I think, if I remember.
Do you guys usually play 10v10?
What?
Or whatever you can.
We try not to.
Too much.
7v7's like the. Oh wait, I'm not.
Okay, so I mean, we try not to, but like it might happen like in between games, but like it usually doesn't happen like more often.
Yeah.
But like one of the moments I remember was like it was like a pizza day. We met like some players who came to play with us. So how we started was like it was a pickup game at first, and then we played throughout like an hour or so, and then before the end of the game, they were like, "All right, so they spray like a game. If you guys win by 10 goals, I think if I remember, by 10 goals, we get you guys a pizza.
Three adults versus a team of kids.
Yeah, it was like a team of kids and like against like was it three?
I think 3 adults.
Yeah, three adults.
Introduced a handicap.
Yeah, 3 adults, and then we went on, and then what I remember is like I scored the winning goal, and then they were like, okay, like we are leaving, we are not getting any pizza for you guys, and then I mean like a bunch of kids run to them, were like, no, a deal is a deal, like you gotta stick to it, like no matter what, and then they ended up like agreeing to buy us a pizza, and like I remember like, me and my friend Wardner. We went together to 7-Eleven in their car to like buy pizza, and like they even brought us drinks, which
That's
was
great.
Yeah, which was amazing. And then we came down here, like we still have like pictures of it, and like everyone enjoyed the pizza and like drinks, and like it was a fun moment for us to remember.
It was one of our very first posts on the Instagram account. Actually, we have that post archived, but maybe very soon, maybe for like Throwback Thursday, we can always post it back so you guys can see it. But yeah, it was a fun time.
You should tell a story of one of the tournaments, like the first tournament or something. Like that's another cool moment.
So as far as cool moments go, I'd say the first tournament that happened around this time or last year, right?
September 30th of 2023.
Yeah, the first ever organized tournament we did. That was the best tournament in my eyes, to be fair, because it was the first one, and how well it went was phenomenal. Because considering we've never stepped foot into like that kind of territory, and how well received it was, I think it was amazing. And like the two teams that played in the final tournament were very, very good. We had a team called, I think it was Sports FC.
The team that made it to the final was Sports FC. Was the team that knocked your team out.
Yeah.
So that's why it's in your head.
Don't remind me that.
The team Maine versus at the time Heartbreakers FC.
Yeah, Heartbreakers FC. I believe they have some of a team that do like training right now. They just do random trainings, and like they're a bunch of good players. But they won the tournament, and they were lucky to receive the first ever Kennedy Park pickup soccer T-shirts ever made. So you can find the post on our Instagram handle. They look really cool in my opinion. But yeah, that was the best tournament I've ever played in.
Yeah, like so many great moments here, for sure. I mean. Definitely like the pizza story was fun. Like a bunch of kids beating like 3 adults and making them hold to their promise of getting pizza. In terms of the tournament, so those are like the big events that we've had here, I would say. And yeah, like we wanted to do a tournament for a while, but we just didn't have like the kind of the player base and the confidence to do one. But then Santi moved to Portland 2023, and so he was willing to help out with it, so we got that going. And also just a lot of the moments we've had with the Hearts too, I would say, are pretty noteworthy. They've gotten involved pretty early on. Like we only had like 30 followers when they reached out to us and we're like, hey, we want to help promote this pickup group, which was really cool. I'd say Santi and I asking Gabe for prizes for the first tournament was like a fun moment, because like at the time, like we didn't really know him like much at all. And so we were so nervous to like ask him for like 7 scarves, because like each on their website, they were like $25 a piece. We're like,
sure.
Oh my God, we're going to ask him for so much. We're so nervous to do it. But he was like, yeah, sure, it's totally fine. Like no problem with it.
That's really, that's a heartwarming story.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I would say also a really memorable moment is you guys were both involved. All 3 of us were involved with a focus group meeting that the Hearts had on their branding, like before they announced the Hearts branding. Like this was like February of this year. So it's really cool that they wanted to get input from like KP players on what they thought about the branding. Also, Ian, you were part of a photo shoot for like merchandise for their first Hearts merchandise, which was cool. I don't know if
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What was it like to be involved with a professional club? The Hearts, and they obviously, we can talk a little bit about the Hearts' connection to Kennedy Park, because there's a connection there. Yeah. And I'm interested to hear, your perspective, you and Zeke and Anthony, on, a little bit more, elaborate on what that's like.
I mean, first year I was surprised when they called us to their photo shoot, because I was like, it shows like so much about them, how they care about their community, and like how they want people to be involved in like the things they do, and like it's very good. Like when they called us to like be in their photo shoot, I was like, oh wow. I told my friends like I'm gonna be in the Hearts soccer club like photo shoot, and like it was a huge moment.
That's awesome.
after the photo shoot, when I went to work the day after, when the photos were released and like on the website and stuff like that, like I went to work and like my manager was like, I think I saw you somewhere online, like
Nice.
in like a photo shoot somewhere. I was like, oh yeah, that's a
Heck yeah, I'm a model now.
of course. Like,
Did you buy the clothes?
yeah, they gave me a free shirt. Yeah, I have it at my house. I wear that sometimes. But like, yeah, I went into work and then like my manager was like, I saw you like somewhere like online. I was like, oh yeah, that's like I was modeling for like the Heart Soccer Club. They were like, oh wow, that's like a huge thing to be
On your
into.
resume now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even my teachers at school, like I was really like, kind of famous for like a few months, or also like, which was very
Wait till
good.
you see your profiles blow up after coming on the Dear Go Union podcast.
Yeah,
You're full celebrity now, man.
Can't wait. But
Zeke, were you a model too, man?
Unfortunately, I wasn't a model, but I did have the honor. I did have the honor of recently being in the Hummel ad that recently came out. It was really fun. I had to work with Austin Mills, and it was fun. We did the shoot right here on the court. Actually, it was just like me doing a bunch of skills. Just doing some running, heading, just pictures of like the new Hummel training gear. And it was cool. It was something I've never done before, and it was just interesting to get that air and just like know that my likeness was going to be used for an ad. So
Exciting.
I was excited, also a little nervous, but it came out really good. So
Absolutely.
I was happy.
You should be, man. You guys did a great job. I'm sure they'll come back for more.
Hopefully.
I guarantee it. So, like, further to elaborate on the connection with the Hearts, what did you guys think when you first heard about it? Like, do you remember when it's been a couple years, right? That the Hearts has been gone from inception to where it is now. So, what was your thought process or your thoughts when you first heard Portland was going to get a professional club?
I was really excited. I believe like that whole week, I was just telling as much people as I knew who weren't not into soccer that we were going to get a professional soccer team. I was that excited. And I'm sure I came off annoying to a lot of them because they don't really care about soccer. But, I just had to get the word out there. Yeah, it was just, it was insane because, thinking about Portland and like, Portland is not really is a big soccer city. And just to know that we were going to get our own soccer team, professional soccer team, was just incredible. And like, going to the games that are going to be at Fitzpatrick are going to be insane in the next year. And it's just really fun because I have little brothers who do play soccer. Their dreams are to become professional, and just like having those people as like role models to see will be really good for them.
It's a great answer. How about you, Ian?
I mean, when I heard about it, I was like, this is an amazing idea, an amazing project. Like, it's a future of Portland City. Like, like having a professional team, you have like something to look after, like for example, like younger players who want to be like professional, like, that's like a good, like, that's something they look after, like work hard for, like, you don't want to move out of state to like go like somewhere else where you have like a soccer club in Maine, which like you could train to be like into. And like, yeah, it was a huge thing, and like I was very supportive of it.
So you guys see it as a pathway to possibility of being a professional athlete, not necessarily even for you, but for people in the community.
Yeah, not just that, but I feel like it also like brings a lot of people who maybe are not into the sport of soccer, but like, would want to support their local, and just like get into soccer. It would be a great way for a lot of people who don't even watch or know nothing about soccer just to get into it. And it was just like something really good that can bring good community building to the city of Portland.
Did either of you guys watch USL 1? Because Portland's a USL 1 team. Were either of you familiar with the league before the announcement?
I was not familiar with the league. It was I knew of the MLS, but I was not familiar with the USL 1 or 2. And it was just like, it was good to start learning new about the new league we're going to be playing in. So, yeah, I had to get a lot of homework done. It was nuts.
What teams did you guys follow before we found out we're getting a team? What are some of the professional teams you guys followed before?
So I followed Manchester United. I used to follow the Revolutions. But the main teams I usually follow are just Manchester United, even though they're not really doing that well. But soon,
I feel
soon.
so sorry for you. Like, what an unfortunate.
We're on the come up.
thing.
Don't worry.
My brother's a Man U fan, and I feel like I have to console him very frequently.
I'm trying to enjoy this as a Liverpool fan. Just I
I'm
know,
a
I know.
Liverpool fan
I know.
also.
Yeah. On a slot. All right. But this isn't going to last forever. The pain. You guys are going to find your way. You know, small clubs will have their day. You know. Hearts and Man United. You know.
We'll see. You know, hopefully Arsenal get it done and they win the Premier League.
Oh,
they're gone.
9 points right now.
I'd rather Arsenal any of you guys, man. It has to be Arsenal.
Let's change the subject. Ian, you're a Liverpool fan?
Yeah.
All right. What's your any other teams you follow as well, or any other leagues around the world?
I mean, I follow like La Liga, like Real Madrid, like Barca, and then like in Premier League, like Liverpool. Of course, Manchester United, because like they are rivals, and like I love beating them. Like
He just loves trolling me.
That's football culture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
I love to like shit talk this guy whenever like Liverpool beats Manchester United. You know what I mean? Like yeah, but like in here in the US, in MLS, like Inter Miami, but like coming to USL, like I've heard of it before, but like never really followed it. But like since the Heart Soccer Club is gonna be playing there,
Yeah.
like
You're gonna know
invested
every
yeah,
team.
I'm
Yeah.
invested in it. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna start like doing everything I can to like get to know the league and like how it works and like yeah.
If you guys could bring one player to Kennedy Park for a day, anybody in the world,
Anybody in the world?
anybody in the world, who would you bring?
Well, anybody, like
Anybody in the world? Yeah, anybody.
Anyone.
Man,
dude,
you gotta give me two, man. Come on, you gotta give me two.
Really? No, you know.
only one.
Only one for the day to play here, and the press come, and the whole world gets to watch Kennedy Park because Mohamed Salah's here playing at Kennedy Park. So who is it?
Well, I wouldn't bring Sarah honestly, but like
Okay. So who would you bring?
I'd bring Ronaldo.
yeah,
Ronaldo?
It's gotta be Ronaldo.
It's gotta be
I'm a
Ronaldo.
Two
fan also,
Ronaldos.
Yeah.
It's gotta-
Messi.
Wow.
Just to
Ronaldo?
clarify.
I didn't expect
I don't think,
Ronaldo.
guys. I know you guys love this place. This court is not big enough for his ego. I'm just saying. I don't know about that.
I was about to say Messi, but for the sake of the world, I'm going.
Well, you
for
said
Ronaldo.
Inter Miami, so I was like, oh,
Well,
Messi fan.
Like in Emirates, yeah, I love like seeing like Inter Miami play. Like they got a great team, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, I'll bring Ronaldo for sure.
It's
a
either
great
it's
answer.
either Ronaldo
Interesting.
or Anthony from Man United. It has to be those two.
I was gonna. Did you guys like have any favorite teams like before you moved to the U.S. Like any like teams from the Rwanda League or the Nigerian League?
But to be honest, I never followed soccer before moving to the United States.
Really?
I never played soccer before. Like when I moved here, like I started playing soccer at Kennedy Park. Actually, like that's what I do.
That's
and, like,
amazing.
That's a big thing because like it helped me like play for like Portland High School. Like I started here at Kennedy Park, moved to Portland High School, like freshman, sophomore year, and then like first team JV, and like I ended up going to varsity. And like I always like we never forget where I started because I started here. Like I never thought like anything or so. Like never played soccer. Anthony would know because like you know I came
How
out
you're
like,
scoring winning goals in 10v10 tournaments for pizza.
yeah, for sure. I'm like, yeah. So I started playing soccer here, and then that's where like I started like foreign soccer clubs and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's where I started.
And you're in high school still playing.
Well, I graduated high school last year. I'm at USM right now. First
Okay.
year.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Yeah.
Sorry, my fault. I apologize.
Nah, it's alright.
For me, no, I would have to say my I got most of my soccer following from my dad. That's why I'm a United fan, and he wasn't really interested in many
Tough
of
family.
the. Well, my younger brother is a Man City fan, so you know
Oh my
He's-
god.
he's very happy. He's a very happy person. Not for long though, you know. They're not
Yeah.
doing really well right now. But anyways, back to the story. You know, I got most of that from my dad, and he wasn't really focused on Nigerian soccer, mainly because Nigerian soccer wasn't big at the time. It's not as big as it is as like South African soccer or like so. Yeah, and I started playing more organized soccer here in the U.S. actually with Pesa. That was when I first started playing actual organized 11v11 soccer. Because before that, I would just like play with my friends, and it was just it was a little bit chaotic. But going with Pesa, I learned a lot of stuff from them. Then played with Maine Lightning for a year or two. You gain a lot of information and just expertise from doing with those clubs. And yeah.
That's amazing. So do you think you guys are the kind of the exception to only start following soccer more when you got here as opposed to before you moved to the U.S. or
Yeah, I'd say that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of players here at Kennedy Park probably bring a lot of soccer experience with them.
Yeah, there's again, there's like players from like just all different backgrounds, age levels, abilities. Yeah, like in terms of the Instagram account, when we made it, like some of our initial principles were every event we host with the account has to be free to enter. It has to be open to anybody to enter. So that includes all ages, all skill levels, genders, whatever, just nationalities, etc. Because that we realized like early on, it was obvious like that's what makes the soccer here special is that it's not like exclusive. Like it's important to have exclusive like high level club soccer, obviously where you have to try out or whatever.
Right.
Of course we love that, but the kind of purpose of KP, like KP's job here, like at least pickup soccer at KP, is to provide just like fun casual soccer where like we never really saw like pickup soccer here and organizing it as like even like really as a like soccer project, more of a social one. Like when you ask players who come here at KP when they're playing, like what do you love? Like the people who play here a lot, like what do you love most about playing here at Kennedy Park? And almost nobody mentions the soccer. Like they love the soccer, obviously, but almost everybody says something along the lines of like, oh, I love all the like friends I've made like here and all the people I've met, and just being in a social environment. Like that, I think, is like the real, like at the core of like what's important about KP and what makes it special is that it's open for everybody. Also, the fact that it's futsal and it's casual means that like we'll have games where we have like high level college players and then also like 10, 11, 12-year-olds playing in the same game. And sometimes like the 11-year-olds are the ones scoring the most goals because nobody's marking them because nobody expects them to do well. And then, so they always are just open for free passes and shots. And they'll always surprise you. So like everybody can play and like get quite a bit out of it. Like even in a game where the other players are much, better than you are, like you can still come here and enjoy it. So yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah.
And that's really important for soccer in America. Because like one of the criticisms of our league system all the way down to, schools and the youth system is pay to play. So that means that if you have the money, you can join a top team or top teams are so expensive that you can't join those teams unless you have the funds to be able to join. So that limits who can play where. So like the fact that what you just said, Anthony, that it's about community and about experience is so important for American soccer to have more places like this where, yeah, they can go have that club experience somewhere else. But like you're going to have great players play here and also people who get introduced to the game and be able to play for the love of the game. Right. So that's the heart of all of this. It's amazing.
For sure. And like just one, I was going to say like kind of an example that really emphasizes like how like everybody's kind of involved here at KP is the last two tournaments we've had have been tournaments where the teams were made randomly. Like we just had everybody show up individually, and that like the next tournament on November 30th is like you have to register like a team, you have to make a team with your friends or whatever. But the last two, we wanted to have ones where like the kids had like a significant chance of winning.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have everybody show up as individuals, and then we randomize the teams. But with
that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, and we had like some constraints to like make sure that they were randomized, but like so that but also make sure the average skill level of each team is about the same. And so what happened is the first tournament we had like that, which was July 13th, we had 2 10-year-olds on the winning team, which was awesome. And then, but we also had like adults on that team too. So, the team, and then the merchandise that we had for prizes that day was Hearts merchandise, which was cool. We had Hearts t-shirts that they gave us. This is another kind of example of Hearts are involved here at KP as they've sponsored our previous 4 tournaments. Mostly with like prizes, with buying futsal balls, with buying pennies, like equipment costs. And then the one in August too, like the August 10th tournament, that was like really special. Because in the final of it, we had like college players, like we had the winning team had a UPSL player on it, and then also like an 11-year-old and a 15-year-old.
It's amazing.
That's so cool.
And actually, in that final, the team that ended up winning, I'll just call them, they were blue team, and then there's yellow team. Yellow team got an early lead, and like this is
I feel like I've seen this video. Is it on this one
Yeah,
on
it's on
Instagram?
Instagram.
It's one of the best videos.
Yeah, it was like maybe the highest energy moment I've like seen on the court. Like it was just so wild. So like it was just so perfect. So the final was a 10-minute game. And then what we do here at Kennedy Park is if the like time of a game expires, it's not like, okay, the game ends just there. We just yell out last out, and then the game just keeps going until the ball goes out of bounds, which is usually only a few seconds, or like sometimes
court,
it goes on for a bit, but yeah, so we just yell last out, and it's just out. The game's over the next time the ball goes out of bounds. But it gives the team, like if the team's winning 1-0, it gives the team that's behind a chance to equalize. And then if in a tournament situation, if the teams are tied in the knockout stage after the time expires and after last out, then it's just golden goal indefinitely, which has led to some long games. But
you're building the drama.
Yeah,
You're setting up some epic final showdowns.
I refuse to have penalties in a tournament because it's not as hype as golden goal.
Totally agree.
But yeah, so in this final, we had, yellow team was up 1-0, and blue team, like they had a couple of star players, like older players on it, were very good, and they were trying, like they were trying for the rest of like the game to try to score and weren't getting anywhere. It was really struggling to score. And then it gets to last out. So we call last out. The blue team goalkeeper has it, who's Noah, who's like 15, 16. And he throws the ball just all like Hail Mary pass down the court. He's like, everybody up, everybody up. Everybody's like just the rest of his team is just in front of the other team's goal. He throws it from his goal to the end, and it just barely bounces off the head of this kid Alvaro, who's like 15.
I saw this.
And it goes in the back of the net, and everybody just goes ballistic. Like he tied the game with the last out in the final of the tournament. It was so epic. We were there for like at this point like 5-6 hours. So it was like and just everybody on the sideline watching just stormed the court and hyped them up, which was awesome. And then of course it's that just tied it. So then it's golden goal. And then within a minute of golden goal, Higino Tishwale, who's also on that team, one of the older players on the team, he just curls it into the bottom corner and just wins that team the tournament. It was just so epic. So that's the kind of like if you should definitely go on our Instagram page and find that clip, because the energy there is just so cool to see, and it gives you a good glimpse into what like the tournament looks like at KP. Yeah.
Can I ask you guys, because you're probably two of the older players that are playing with some of these kids, do you think that kind of is a really cool, beneficial thing for some of those younger guys to come and get to play with older players and kind of learn things, just both in terms of sporting, but then also just in terms of community?
Yeah, I think it's really good that we have younger kids playing with older guys. Not only will it help them with like technical ability, but also just like mentality, like that never giving up. Because as someone who has played with adults in Nigeria when I was like 10 or something, it can get really like annoying and frustrating because you're not up to that skill level, you're not up to that physical level, and then you just have to just keep on going. And it's really nice that we try to incorporate these kids into the games, because there is a sort of feeling of being left out, when the bigger kids are playing and they say, oh, little kids go on, and like, no, we gotta incorporate them so they get used to playing with bigger adults. And I really like how we're doing this. And because of that, a lot of kids have developed really, really well, better than they would have just on their own from this time. And they've just gone. We have a lot of kids who are like from 2 years ago that are way better. You would not think they were the same kids. And it's just really nice to see.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's always fun to like play with like other players because like they help you out, like they help you out like in the play, like in the like when you guys like when you are at the court, like they help you, like like it doesn't matter if you're good or not, like if you are young, like they always have a way to like help you out, like play with you and like guide you, like and like it's very good because like you learn from them, like you learn from them like values and like yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't think you really see it, in youth teams, like at high schools and stuff, or middle schools, it's almost all divided by age. So it's kind of cool to see teams get mixed like that.
So I was going to say, like, in terms of like the intergenerational kind of like interactions that happen on the court, like, one thing that's really special about Kennedy Park is that there's a lot of social bridging capital. So like as opposed to social bonding. So like social bridging means like social interactions, positive social interactions between people of different demographics, whether that be age or nationality, just whatever. And and there's a lot of that. We have fathers and sons that come and play games here, even. And in terms of like the public health kind of benefits of that, so kids with there's a ton of different kids here. So and kids with ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, which like things like coming from like having witnessed violence at some point, it's just a significant degree, or like living in unsafe conditions or something, or having had to suddenly be separated from a loved one, etc. All sorts of things. One of the factors that's correlates most with like kids getting over adverse childhood experiences is building positive relationships with adults, non-parental adults. Because kids with ACEs, like with 3 or 4 more ACEs, have very high risk factors for a variety of both mental health issues and physical health issues. And one of the factors that reduces that the most is just building positive relationships with non-family member adults. And so Kennedy Park is a place where that happens a lot. So I think that's one of the main health benefits there, in terms of working with other kids, outside of the fact that you're also just exercising here.
Good for you on recognizing that and helping provide a place that can do those things, Anthony. That's fabulous.
Yeah, and also just like in terms of the social aspect of it, because that's always like the main focus. The U.S. Surgeon General last year actually declared isolation and loneliness an epidemic in the U.S.
Sure.
Vivek Murthy. He came to talk at USM actually a couple months ago, which was really cool about that. But in his report, he points out that since 2003, the average number of hours per month that people are spending in isolation has increased by 24 hours per month. And then in the US, and the average number of hours that people are interacting with their friends per month has decreased by 20 hours per month since 2003. And also in 1990, only 27% of Americans said that they had fewer than 3 close friends. And then in 2022, it was 50% of Americans said they have fewer than 3 close friends. And, he says that this is a public health crisis. It's obvious why isolation and loneliness affects mental health. We all kind of understand that. But he also points out that it not so obviously significantly affects physical health too, for a variety of reasons that he outlines in the report. But even like heart disease and cognitive issues are much higher risk if you have chronic isolation and loneliness, etc. So there's hypertension even, etc. So
you're saving lives at KP is what you're saying.
No. But what's nice is like there's this clear decline in terms of how connected people are in the U.S. to their communities, and clear increase on how isolated they are. So something like Kennedy Park is just a really good example of how to kind of combat that trend, because it's a public park where people can gather, anybody can gather and play pickup soccer. So first of all, they're having fun with people over shared love, like an activity that they have a shared love for. And it's just the number of like friends that like all of us, I think we would all agree, have made. Like everybody who comes here, like everybody's so friendly. It's so easy to make friends. And those friendships are just so important to combat how like atomized our society can be sometimes. And also very important that they're friendships that are, like we talked about, across generational gaps and across like cultural gaps. I think there's a lot of public health benefits to it, basically is the gist of it. So, I think that's kind of the thing that makes KP so important and special to me, at least.
You made it very clear that it's not just about soccer. It's a lot more than that. And using soccer as a way to bring people together is what you're doing.
For
what
sure.
This place is doing. So.
Yeah, and we're very happy that we have the hearts to help support that. Like, they very much understand all of that. Like, I don't just bring them up to give them a free shout out or whatever. Like, they very much understand, like, this community building and the science behind it, the importance of it. So they're very on board with that, which is just been great because we have like such a shared goal in terms of what we want to do and what they want to do, and what they want to get out of KP. But yeah, I would say like you guys would agree you made a bunch of friends here, and those friendships and connections like help outside of just KP. Like I remember one day like your younger brother Dennis needed a ride somewhere, and your parents couldn't give him one, and you couldn't give him one, and so Santi went and picked him up, and it was like at like 10 o'clock in South Portland randomly.
Good times.
Yeah, and like we all like help each other out outside of KP and whatnot. Like there's a collective understanding like that the goal here is not to like win some individual game here and like battle it out with people. Like the goal is to make the games as fun make the games here as fun of an experience as possible for everyone, and to just make new friends and enjoy the beautiful game together. Yeah.
It sounds like that's what you would tell somebody who might be listening that hasn't been here before.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this, kind of a two-parter here, but what do you see for the future of Kennedy Park? And then also, what do you see in the future of Kennedy Park in relation to the Hearts moving forward?
I mean, the future is bright from what I see from now on, because like, every day like people are coming here to play soccer, and like what I'm hoping in the future is to get like more futsal court built in Portland, because like usually like once summer like begins, not even summer, right now
Yeah, right.
we get like 5 teams made in September,
5 teams of 7.
November. And like it's a crazy thing. So like I'm hoping to like get more futsal courts built in the future, so like whenever I have like more people here, like for example like on the basketball court, like maybe like having like some small nets on there, like whenever I have like more people, then we can move over like back and forth, so that's what I'm hoping to see in the future. And like I'm pretty sure that like the Heart Soccer Club is gonna be helping out, because like they have been doing a lot lately, and like they have done very much. And like
I think the Hearts team will come down here. The starting 11 will be on Kennedy Park. I bet you that happens. Against some 3-year-olds and some 10-year-olds.
We can't wait. I'm pretty sure they're gonna come out. Yeah, they're gonna love it also.
I think those Hearts players are screwed that day. I'm just saying.
Yeah, odds are not in their favor.
I don't think
They're
I'm
not in their favor.
And they definitely owe everybody a pizza.
Oh yeah.
But like, yeah, I see the connection between Kennedy Park and the Heart Soccer Club. Like, it's gonna be like we're gonna keep building from here to like to the future. And like, I hope to get like more futsal courts, like I said, so like more people can get like like enough playing time, I could say. And like, yeah, and like everyone could feel like they are included in like everything we do here. And like,
So, speaking of the Hearts in the future with the Hearts, this goal may not happen in the next 5 years, but when the Hearts keep progressing for more and more, I'm pretty sure that it's very possible that we will get a player who originated from the courts who just end up playing for the Hearts at some point in the near future. Well, not near future, in the next 5 to 10
Hey, you
years.
never know.
You never know.
Cool.
You never know. But yeah, that would be one of the main goals as well.
One
Just
of
like-
your own.
Yeah,
And being in the stands and
like they know what it's all about, and they are kind of like the fans on the pitch, just
giving
like
me
that.
chills, Zeke. Giving me chills. It's not just the weather.
So that's definitely the dream of like having one of the young kids who like grew up playing here a bunch
Absolutely.
make it to the team. In terms of other like future things with the Hearts, definitely in talks with them about like getting some amount of tickets for their games available to KP kids to use, just to like have kind of donated for them. Definitely future tournaments, have them they be the sponsor of it, and have like Hearts gear be the prizes. That for sure is something we'll do. There's also there are some talks, like rumors about the city thinking about another futsal court. I mean, I think we have proven that there's enough interest in soccer here to justify more than just one court. I mean, this court is always way more used than the basketball courts, like down across the field there. Because it is sometimes very crowded here. Like 40 people is a little bit much for this court. But definitely, we're gonna hopefully have the KP players like us and many others be a big part of the fan base for the Hearts, and be at the games and be with you guys cheering. And And yeah,
Can't wait for that.
That's gonna be awesome.
Can't wait for that. Can you guys speak? I know we're going long, but I can't help it. You guys are awesome. I just want to hang out with you. Real quick, because I'm just kind of curious too, like, because I'm not a futsal player. I mean, I played soccer my whole life, but I don't think I played once on a dedicated futsal pitch. So, like, do you think what aspects of futsal lend itself to community building as opposed to, because there's pitches right there, right? Like a full length, you've got a condensed game, you're on pavement. What do you think? You think those aspects help the cause as opposed to, playing on a full football pitch?
Wanna get this one?
Hmm?
Wanna get this one?
Yeah.
I would have to think about it.
I mean, there's no science to back this up, but I'd say just because, like, it's a smaller space, you tend to have more conversations likelier than like just on a full 11v11 field. Also, that because like the games, like, they're relatively short, like 7-minute games, so you end up switching. You lose a player, you try to talk to another team. Can you loan us this player? You get to build all these situations where you have to use your conversations, because if you don't have them, you're gonna have to build them up, because you need to start talking to teams and just like getting to know more people. So when you start making your teams, oh, I need this player because I like him, he's a good person, or I think he's good. And it's just at Kennedy Park, we sort of put a lot of people in the environment where they have to talk, have to speak up, and I suppose that's one of the reasons why it helps with community building.
Perfect. Makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Can I ask them a question?
Please do. Yeah.
Yeah, this question's kind of baiting. They'll know what I'm getting at. But like, different nationalities, different nations have different like styles of play. Spain is very famous for. You don't even need me to finish the question. Spain's very famous for tiki taka. England's very physical. Brazil's very techie. Like, since we have such an international group here at Kennedy Park, people from all over the world, is there like different styles of play that you notice between people of different nations?
100%, man.
And can you give a specific example and talk about it?
You can, like, comparing like play styles from like people who grew up playing in the US versus people who grew up playing, let's say, in Angola. It's very different, man. It's very different. Like the way like some of the players from who lived in Angola come play here, it's almost like they're dancing on the pitch. It's a very individualistic type of dribbling where like they use a lot of flair skills, and they're also just like using many body feints, and when they do score, they will celebrate like they own the place. It gives the court such a nice vibe. I know we've posted a few like videos of like certain people just dancing after they scored a goal, or just like incredible dribbling plays. And the reason why a lot of Angolans are like that, from what I've seen and people I've talked to, is because futsal is pretty big there. So like most of these guys just grew up playing futsal, and like 11v11 is something that they are new to. So when they come here, almost like they're at home. So like, and they can just like, go wild and nutmeg 3 players in a row and then score a banger, and it's just like, damn. So
I mean, talking about celebrations, like every game we have, like usually like after the game, like we have like a bunch of like kids from Angola like dancing around, and like one of the funniest thing I remember is like when Anthony joined them and started dancing, I was like, oh yeah, he's adapting. I see. It was very cool though, yeah.
Yeah, I embarrass myself with my trying to dance with the Angolans. I can't keep up there.
Need to find
As
out.
long as you try.
Talented.
As long as you try.
But yeah, they're very noticeably techie. There's certain skill moves that, like, I've only ever seen Angolans do, and consistently they do. Like, I could tell. Like, I feel like everybody could just tell if somebody's Angolan just by watching them play soccer for 10 seconds. It's like so. It's so funny how distinctive it is.
Also, the type of footwear. If you notice the type of footwear some of them they wear, it's nuts. They'll be playing in like Crocs or like
Do anybody play
slides.
barefoot down here?
Yeah, a lot of people play barefoot.
That's pretty hardcore.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's asphalted. There's this one kid who plays with one flip flop on his left foot and then barefoot on his right foot.
Probably had an injury. He's a little shorter on one side.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I asked him like, you have the other flip flop. Like, what? He's like, I prefer it this way. I was like, okay.
You guys call him?
Yeah,
one flop Ryan or something. Hey, you're missing out there.
Yeah, we should get a nickname for him.
You got some real characters down here. It sounds like
for Christmas.
So
I feel
cool.
like you just give him one one flip flop. Like that's
Yeah, like
you
here's
know.
the right.
No, he's got
flip-flop.
the other one.
One
Yeah,
pair,
he
one
does
futsal
have
shoe.
it.
Yeah, one futsal shoe. Yeah, there you go.
I actually offered to get him a pair of futsal shoes, and he said like, no, I like playing. I'm like, really? You like playing with 1 foot barefoot and one like you would prefer that to futsal shoes?
I want this guy to show up at open tryouts for the Hearts in
he's
one
so
foot.
in
good.
one flip flop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
They're like,
so
you
good.
have to wear shoes, and then but that throws off everything.
But like it's so much more embarrassing when you get like I get destroyed by him all the time. So whenever I get smoked by William here, I'm like, oh, it's just so much more embarrassing when somebody wearing one flip flop and one barefoot just destroys you, and you're like in nice futsal shoes or whatever. And also, I'm like much older than him too. He's like a teenager. So yeah, we get people playing in all sorts of stuff here.
So to finish up, if you were going to give a message to somebody who fits the profile, although it sounds like there is no profile, anybody's welcome here. So I shouldn't say, if you had to give a message to somebody to encourage them to come down and get involved, what would you say? Bring them to Kennedy Park.
What I would say is like they should come out. Like everyone is welcome regardless of what level you are, like, or how old you are. Just come here. Like one of the values we have is like inclusivity, and like everyone is like included in everything we do here. And like yeah, they are welcome to come join us any day. We post on our Instagram story, Kennedy Park Pickup Soccer. Yeah, go on the page, see what we do, and like if you feel like you're interested or like feel about like learning about it, like just come out here, yeah, and enjoy.
Yeah. So what I would say is to anyone watching or anyone who is just like around the area or just not in the area, just anyone who has heard of us, just come down here, man, or you enjoy it. Like it's a really nice place to play soccer. It's very chill. The vibe is probably nothing you've ever seen before. So why not just be a part of it? Enjoy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we have the values posted around the court in a bunch of different languages. So if you come down, read the value sheet, if it seems like something you're interested in, hop in a game and see if you like it. Also on our Instagram page, you can find this short film that Santi made called Courts of Belonging that gives you a pretty good picture of like kind of what the court is all about and just gives you some scenes of what it's like to play here. So you watch that, and if it looks interesting to you, yeah, come on down and jump in.
We'll include a link to Courts of Belonging in the description on
Mhm.
YouTube for this, so it's easy for people to find. So everybody should check that out. Great 10-minute film.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. You guys
Yeah,
are awesome.
thank you guys
Thank you
for
for
coming
coming on. Hopefully we can do this again. I'm sure we will. Zeke,
Blue.
come on
Thank
down
you
to Kennedy
guys.
Park. You won't meet better people anywhere in the world. Get involved.
Thank you.
Yeah.